little boy like myself, 50 years, a little boy from East Austin, Texas. Um, Man, it's been a long journey, but it's been great. I mean, coming from East Austin, Texas, to 1816 Adena, oh man, growing up was crazy. The youngest of five siblings, and mother and father worked hard to make sure that we had what we needed. We never were hungry. We never went without food or clothes. Um, they did everything they could. They supported each other, went back to school, and got their degrees. And they supported us. And as a little kid, I still remember my dad used to always say, "Man, he was always pointing at that TV, look, saying, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do that." Um, but I would dance everywhere. Everywhere I went, I was dancing, I was entertaining, I was always trying to be the life of the party. And from a little bitty thing, 4 or 5 years old, I still remember. I mean, as a matter of fact, I think I was in this picture right here. I was dancing out in the yard, and and from that point, I was always dancing everywhere I went. Everywhere I went. And matter of fact, I knew when I was the thing that was got me over the top and knew that I was going to be an entertainer was we were at the Austin Aqua Festival. And I think we had to be like 10 or 9, 10 years old or something. And me and LaShawn Hodge, Sean, I know you're going to know this, we danced and we got up and did the robot. Sean was bad at the robot. So I was letting her know I could do the same thing too. And we won this dance contest. We beat these older kids and older people in this dance contest at the Austin Aqua Festival. I remember the crowd just cheering and pointing at us, and it was amazing. And so from that point forward, man, I just knew that I wanted to entertain people. So I've always found ways to entertain, from dancing to I couldn't sing, so I tried, but I can't. I'm sorry. So I really tried my stint at that. So yeah, that's where it all started. All these 50 years, that's been kind of crazy because I've been married for 29 of them, and to a wonderful woman, Stephanie Johnson, Stephanie Smith now, but Stephanie Johnson. I still remember the day I met her. She walked into our church at Rosewood Avenue Baptist Church. She walked in Sunday school with her sister, and she sat right next to me in Sunday school class. Man, I was trying to show out. I was trying to answer all the questions. I was like, oh, she's kind of cute, and I was getting all the answers wrong. And then she would get them right, because she would come back, and she said she thought I was like an arrogant papa's, which I was, but I was, trying to impress her. But I didn't know her from Adam. But the first day of school, they were there. They were going to school. I mean, it was like kind of crazy. But I didn't really show interest in her until after we graduated high school. And I went off to college for a little bit, and I was doing rap music. I hung out with the Renegade Posse, Cliff, Lollipop Lover, you know how it is, bro. Better known as the old folks DJ right now. Me and Cliff, Cliff was a rapper, Lollipop Lover, and J-Rock was what his name was, and I was his hype man. And we used to go around town performing contests and everything. We went on a small tour, and it was kind of cool doing that. And I remember that I was saying, I want to get married. I'm just tired. It's just time. God said it was time. So He directed me. I dated a couple of women who I thought would be right material, but they wanted this woman. here, it was just, God said, that's your wife. And that was it. And she was enrolled in Texas State University. I'll never forget it. I asked her out, and she said, I'll go out with you, but I'm not really want to be in a serious relationship because I'm focused on school. I want to go to school. I'm already enrolled. I got everything planned out. Man, I would not let that woman breathe. So I kept hounding on her, and she finally gave in. And she married me. We were married at 18, 19, we were 21, 20 years old, something like that. And we were married, man, young. And I told her at the time I wanted to be an actor. And she's like, how do you do that? So I was with KR Agency. I'll never forget, I went to KR Agency. I auditioned for them there in Austin. And that was when I got my first headshot. And I went to got a couple of commercial auditions, and I was in this movie called Dream Date with Kadeem Hardison and Tempest Bledsoe, Clifton Davis. I'll never forget that. And that was that was my time, and I was like, man, the directors and the producers loved me. They wanted me to be in every scene as Kadeem's character's friend, and we did it. And so I decided I wanted to go to New York. My cousin said, come to New York, I want you to meet my friend, Michael Dumont Warner. He's on The Cosby Show. And I went out there, Malcolm set me up with an audition for The Cosby Show. And they loved me. And I said, so I'm gonna move there. So I asked my wife, let's move to New York. And she said, no, I can't go to New York, it's too big, it's crazy. And so I was like, okay, just let me go, because I want to get on The Cosby Show. And I did it. I went out there, I moved out there without her. And lo and behold, The Cosby Show went off the air. So I didn't get a chance to be on there. And my mentor, Malcolm Jamal Warner, told me, he said, go to LA. That's where it all starts, that's where it begins. You get out there, you can write your own ticket. So when I moved back to Texas, I told her, my wife, I said, I want to move to LA, but I'm not going without you. This time we're going to go together. And unfortunately, we had a baby at the time, our daughter, Cherise. She was born in March of 1995 in Austin, Texas. And by October, we were moving to LA. And that was crazy. It was crazy. And I hit the ground running here. I did everything I wanted to do in LA, from extra work, background work, seat filling. I was sitting in seats, filling seats for award shows and TV shows and things like that. So that's crazy to try to make ends meet, to just figure out what I wanted to, figure out how this thing works. And as I was doing background work and extra work, I would, instead of going to the holding area where all the extras would sit and wait till they called us out, I would stay on the set. I would sit out there and I would watch everything that they did, how they went from the beginning to pick the shots, to shooting, to everything. And I would ask everybody, how do you do that? Why do you do that? Why do you do that? And they would tell me. So it's kind of cool to do that. And so that's how it began. So my journey in theater started when we first moved out here. My wife heard of a show called, actually classes. My wife heard of, she was listening to a gospel show, and she heard of this guy who was having classes. And it's called 6 Weeks on Broadway. And I went there, and I called him, and he said, yeah, come on out. If you don't like, I'll let you do the first 6 classes, for free. And if you like it, you go on and you keep going. It was $100 for 6 weeks. And so I did it, and it was where I learned how to act. It's where I learned how to hone a character, how to do my exercises, how to get into a zone. And so after that, my wife also heard of an audition for a theater company. And so I went to that audition. It was for Pill Hill. I played Pill Hill with Coleman and Smith Artistic Company on Theater Row in Santa Monica Boulevard in Hollywood. And I went there. I didn't get the main part, but they asked me to be an understudy for the character Scott, and the guy who was in that character was a comedian. And I'll never forget it. I'll show up at their practice rehearsals, and we always, the understudies used to sit back and watch. And then the only time we got to rehearse with the main cast was when the person you were understudy for wasn't there. And so um, I still forget, the guy hardly ever came to rehearsals. So I was always rehearsing, so I knew my parts. I memorized the whole script. I knew everybody's parts. I was so excited, and come to find out, 2 weeks before the show, the guy, he left. He never did get back. And so I ended up taking the role, and from there it was really grand. And that was awesome. It was an awesome experience. And then after that, I received my first award from Coleman & Smith in 1997. Thespian of the Year for Coleman, the COSAC Theater Awards. Thespian of the Year. I'll never forget it. I didn't know what to say. It was kind of crazy. But after that, they offered me, said, look, we want you to do your own production. You do your own plays, direct and write it, whatever you want to do. So I got out, and my wife wrote a play called Devil's Journey, along with a young lady named Beverly. We wrote a play called Devil's Journey. I'll never forget that. We ran 8 weeks. I sold out every single show. It was fun. It was an awesome experience, and we won 3 COSAC awards from that, theater awards, and that was amazing.
When y'all see me, more Franklin's than Kurt, and I'm spinning them for GP. Thick 2 socks, I rock like I'm from DC. Cash money as a juvenile like BJ. Top down on the Cadillac Galante. I get street stripes like Carlito.
Malcolm Jamal Warner called me and said, man, hey, I'm doing a show in LA. I'm moving to LA from New York to LA. I'm doing a show called Malcolm and Eddie. I want you to come down to the city. We're at Sony Studios. I want you to come down and we could talk about everything. So he invited me down. I went down. I was like, man, this is a great experience. Sitting there watching the show being filmed, and then after the show, go on the floor, the set, and then go to the dressing room and just sit down and talk. And he introduced me to Eddie Griffith at the time, and a lot of different producers and writers, and then I told him, I said, this is what I want to do. I want my own sitcom. And I asked him, can I come down here anytime I want to learn and watch it? And he's like, he got permission, which he was supposed to, but he let me come down every week. They were filming, I was there to learn. So I would get up from my day job, 5 in the morning, go to work, get off at about 2, 3 o'clock in the evening, go down to Hollywood. If the Malcolm and Eddie show was doing at Sony Studios, if they were filming, I was there. If not, I was at the Coleman & Smith Artistic Company Theater, at the theater company, working there, and I'll get off about 2 in the morning and come home. So my wife hardly ever seen me, so it was frustrating. She was practically a single parent. She's raising 2 of our kids. Her job, taking them to school, picking them up, feeding them, doing homework, and here I am. I'm all gone. I was only there 2 or 3 hours. And on the weekend, I had shows, so I wasn't hardly ever here. And so after a while, I decided, you know what, I can't do this anymore. After the commercials and TV shows and things like that, and I was like, I'm tired. And I want to spend time with my family. So I left Hollywood behind and spent time with my family. And then I get a call 2 or 3 years later from Mark Coleman, who ran the theater company, said, we wanted to start our own film company and we want you to be a part of it. You're a good writer and you're a great producer and you're a great actor, so we want you to be a part of our team to help lead this. And so I was like, I talked to my wife and she said, yes, if you think God is calling you to do it. And so I went ahead and did it. We called the company Biblical Films, and we released, the time I was there, we released 3 films. First film was In the Closet, and that was an award-winning film where, it was a horror film. We didn't know what we were doing. We were trying. We thought we knew what we were doing, trying to put that film together. And it was pretty interesting to getting that off the ground. But the documentary that came next, and we started off doing this documentary as a film where we were following this this mother and son, and around the country to learn about their family history, and finding out that this mother, the lead's mother, was diagnosed with dementia. So he started noticing things, and so all the footage we were filming, we ended up turning it into a story about dementia, and it was called Mama and Me. It was an award-winning film. We won so many awards off of that documentary, from San Diego Film Festival, Oakland Film Festival, to the Las Vegas Film Festival. We won the Silver Ace Award for the documentary, and it was an awesome experience. And then after that came In the Cut. Very, very interesting movie about 6 young people that we helped mentor while we were in Hollywood. And these kids had such drive and such dedication to what they were doing that they would come in, they would do lighting, they would do sound, they would do everything at the theater company, and they would just come in and get the job done. And we gave them a camera one day. We gave them a camera, and they went through Hollywood, man, and they came back with footage from the Grammy Awards and the Grammy shows. How they got into the Grammy parties and all this, I don't know. They had Ice Cube on there. They had interviews with Snoop Dogg. They had footage from, I can't even imagine who they had. It's so crazy. We were laughing at these guys. They hustled so hard. So we made a movie about them called In the Cut. And that was the first movie I ever wrote. And I co-directed and actually featured in that movie as well. And it was an award-winning movie. We won several awards: Oakland, San Diego Film Festival, Black Texas Film Festival. We got so many acknowledgments for that movie, and it opened a lot of doors.
Yeah. My top.
Yes.
You're not Gregory Hines, all right?
Gregory Hines, no, I'm more like Savion Glover.
When you moving boy from the Rhythmless Nation, moving like Danny Glover.
He's my uncle.
Look, you a lying, you thinking your nickname dude. Be quiet.
Fellas, jump out. We're here.
They're here.
Quiet. Ain't nobody bad like me.
I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna grab the dime. In 60 seconds, I'm gonna come back in here with the dime. And this kid, whoever it is that's sitting behind you that you claim doesn't exist or whatever, gotta be out of here. 60 seconds, alright?
Okay, let me tell you something, Tom.
Whoa, what is that?
Mano to kiddo. You don't get your hand off me in 10 seconds, you're gonna draw back in the middle. Go get the dime.
You're a funny guy, Goldie. You know that? You're funny.
You
I like
funny
it.
kid.
No, I see it. I see what I done, like,
Yeah,
like
Yeah,
60
right.
seconds.
That's right. Walking in here looking like Josie and the Pussycat. Get out of here, boy. No charge, all right? Get up out of here.
Mikey, Tom. Hey, God.
Oh, hold up. You know this boy?
Yeah, it's Don's nephew. What are you doing here?
Don's nephew.
Yes,
So you family.
I'm gonna go grab
I'm
the dime.
family, I've been telling you.
Why didn't you tell us that?
I'm gonna grab the dime.
Go get the dime,
Stay
man.
right
Take
there.
your butt out there and
Stay
get the
right
dime.
Please get Uncle Lawrence for me.
Just stay there.
I'm like Josie and the Pussycat.
let me
No.
finish.
You
You
over there. Sit your butt over down over there, man. Ain't nobody got no time for that. Sit down in that chair over there, boy. Cut you quick, cut you deep. I like your haircut, boy. You look good, even though your head's lopsided. Look like an acorn, boy. I feel sorry for you, man. Look at that boy, egg-shaped head, boy. He came out crooked, man.
Nice.
Ain't nothing like the family.
Goldie's an old time friend. Going back to high school together.
Yeah. You didn't know
$20
that.
haircut. $20 haircut, Uncle Lawrence.
Well, you got it for free. Now sit your butt down there, boy. Look at you. You done brought these boys up in here looking like Happy Feet with them penguin suits on. They look good though.
You know, I always want them to look good.
No.
You're like a talking parrot. You just never shut up.
You know that boy's mama too.
What?
Watch what these people mamas.
Oh, light bro?
Yeah, go back in the old neighborhood.
Now, this is the boy that was one that used to keep getting his head caught into the middle of the merry-go-round. He just get scraped up.
No, that was his brother.
Oh, so this is the one they used to walk around there. His head was so heavy they used to tie pillows to his head like this, and then they rope around because he used to fall asleep like this. And then he would roll around. Rocking the side, then rocking the side.
No.
He would go to sleep. And you got this one over here. Look at him, man. He gonna call himself a rock star. He got a painted on tuxedo. You come and work for me, and I take care of you. You get to wear a real tuxedo. You know what I'm saying?
But after that, I was tired. I was tired of the travel. I was tired of running around doing the red carpets and hustling and really trying to make this, the film go. And I was wanting to spend time with my family again. So I stopped. I retired from Hollywood. I couldn't. It was like I'm tired. And it was pretty hard. But I was able to still write for the plays. I wrote about 20 plays and put those productions on. And put them on the city of Compton in the LA area, and I was doing it, and it was pretty cool. Church Folk. It was expandable. It had a choir, it had musicians, it had dancers, it had actors, and the place was so packed. It was, it was sold out. It was overpacked. They had to put out chairs for people to sit in, and they had a holding area of people watching on TV monitors. That's crazy. That play was like the largest play I've ever done. And I've done so many more plays. It's just been crazy. I just was thankful for the 50 years. My wife, she's been in my corner. We've been together for 29 years, and it's been amazing. It's been amazing run with her, and she's been there supporting me throughout the thick and thin. If she didn't like something, she still went and bit her tongue, and she did it. And she supported me. And she's always been there. And I would not have it any other way to be with that woman and give that woman everything that I have. It's been an awesome journey.
I'm here at Ronnie, so we bring the party.
Absolutely. Look at the crowd.
Oh, yeah, the
Frankie
crowd is Okay, all right. You ready to do this?
I'm ready to do this, baby. Let's do it.
To all those friends that came, but I got another very special guest. We go back a long way. I want you to give a shout out and a very warm welcome to a friend of mine, Mr. Frankie.
Not the bad boy, not the bad girl. Yeah. Wanna humble you, never ever get what's due to you. But you don't worry about it. Them do you wrong, but you no seek revenge. Play the game, but you will never win it. You will never win. Invisible, people blowing in the wind. Feel like they don't see you. Them take you for granted. Soon that the change and them I go and open their eyes and realize how amazing you are. Come on, let go your worries. Got to be free now. Wanna put foot to the pavement, make them say that's a bad boy, that's a bad boy. Come on, let go your worries. Got to be free now. Step it up out of the shit, make them say that's a bad girl, that's a bad girl. We are come up, no more digging in the gutter. This year we are big weather. Spring and holy water, that be the weather. Blessed from January to December. You that the you believe it, and I receive it. Keep a smile on their face, looking like a champion and finishing a race. Feel like they don't see you, them take you for granted. Soon that they change and them go and open their eyes and realize how incredible you are. Come on, let go your worries. Got to be free now. Wanna put foot to the pavement, make them say that's a bad boy, that's a bad boy. Come on, let go your worries. Got to be free now. Step it up out of the shit, make them say that's a bad girl, that's a bad girl. Come on, let go your worries. Got to be Make them say that a bad boy, that a bad boy. Come on, let go your worries. Got to be free now, free now. Step it up out of this year. Make them say that a bad girl, that a bad girl. The whole world should see you. See the person you are. No more sitting on the sideline. There not be another person alive can do you like you do. Cause that a bad boy, that a bad girl. Come on, let go your worries. Got to be free now, free now. Wanna put foot to the pavement. Make them say that a bad boy, that a bad boy. Come on, let go your worries. Got to be free now, free now. Step it up out of this year. Make them say that a bad girl, that a bad girl. Come on, let go your worries. That the bad boy, that the bad girl. Wanna put foot to the pavement. Make them say that a bad boy, that a bad boy. Come on, let go your worries. Got to be free now, free now. Step it up out of this year. Make them say that a bad girl, that a bad girl. That a bad boy, that a bad boy. That a bad girl, that a bad girl.
I am Tiffany White, but I wear all black. And the ground is red, but my hair is black. It touches my back. Yes. And the sky is blue. What?
Thanks, Tiffany.
Okay.
Baby, that was deep. You touched my soul.
Good job.
First, I just want to say I'm such a big fan. Like, I love everything that you do. I love your production company. I've seen all of your movies, and because this has got to be
Next!
okay, cool. Because I wrote 2 scenes. Okay.
No, honey, no, that's not okay. It's next.
Because I have 2 scenes.
I know, it's next.
So.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, Pumpkin. Beautiful but crazy. It always works, bro.
Always.
I don't know how she got in here.
Hey, how you doing?
How's it going? I'm doing good.
What's your name?
Kevin B. Too Smooth.
Be too smooth. Okay. What you gonna do for us today?
I'm gonna sing, because I got vocals.
Okay, cool. Well, you know, I like your look, man. Let's see what you got.
Thank you.
Next!
I don't know how he got in.
He keeps saying that.
I'm Chris. I'm Tyler. Taylor. And together we are Forever Sophisticated. There is an animal that's known to be fish. I know it's carrion. It only kills fishes.
Next!
Hey, yo, meet me in the parking lot. I'm gonna sign y'all to my record label. I got y'all. What's your name?
Mennonite. M-N-N-I. Stands for My Name's Not Important. I'm Mennonite, an apostle of the Lord Jesus Christ, a perfect will of God the Father. Jesus, if you are not ashamed and you proud to be a saint, then holler his name and scream Jesus. Or if you want to be saved, who won't you know could see that grave and rise in 3 days beside Jesus. Oh, how awesome he is, and the fact that he died is the reason we live. So scream Jesus, the Holy Lamb and the Christ, the Lion and the Judah, the way, truth, and the life. Come and hearken to the message of the blessed apostles as we dip bones through your zip code, spreading the gospel, warring with these demons while we fight them for our souls. In the name of the true God who breathed the life in your nostrils. Before we wasn't clean, we were spotted like Dalmatians, but the mighty Elohim made provision for salvation. It was right by his will, now he's my right and my shield, and with the Christ I've been filled, plus by his stripes I've been healed. Power in the name. not ashamed and you proud to be the saint, then holler his name and scream Jesus. Or if you wanna be saved, won't you know, could see that grave and rise in 3 days beside Jesus. Oh, how awesome he is, and the fact that he died is the reason we live. So scream Jesus, the Holy Lamb and the Christ, the light and the truth and the way, truth and the light. His name.
I like it. We keep him. Good job.